Simply remember my favorite thing. Hello, hello, worthy woman. How are you? How are you? You are some of my favorite things. My loves, how are you, worthy woman? It's Wan, your healing coach, your life coach, your sister in hope and healing. It's almost Christmas time, or are we calling it the holidays? Whatever it is, my loves, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful you are here. I am so grateful you are here. And I said, you know what? Let's give the sisters a Christmas present. Let's just give the sisters a gift. I'm giving you this gift, my love, because a lot of you, I can't find my fan. Pardon me. Somebody took it. I think a Grinch took my fan. I'm under all these lights. Welcome to the Born Worthy Rebel for a Spell podcast with me, your healing coach, Wen. We are here to help women walk out their missions and callings and longings and deep desires so that they can become the love of their lives, living their purpose, living their missions and callings. Damn it, living the life we love. And that's why we're here, to help you get unstuck. That's the name of today's episode. Oh, my love, my stars. Many of you have been telling me, when I'm dealing with all these different things from my past, I need to get unstuck. Can you help me get unstuck? How do I get unstuck? How do you get unstuck? We're going to walk through a process that I take many of my clients through, my love. I take many of my clients through this process of how to get unstuck. So if you know, my loves, this episode is going to serve you and it helps you, please share it with your sister friend, share it with your lover, share it with your people, your peeps, because we all need the support and we all need the loving. You are not alone in your experience of transformation. You are not alone in your struggles, my love. So many of us feel like we're alone and we keep ourselves locked in a box of shame and pain and forever, ever, evermore. No, my loves, that does not need to be your home. That does not need to be your home. So today we're going to break it down. One of my clients was going through some major transitions. And that's a client that I'm going to walk you through because I think this is one that's more practical for you to see the process that I took her through to elevate her life. She went from emptiness to joy. Never imagined that she could reach this state. This woman was in her mid-50s, from emptiness to joy. She got unstuck. I talked about it today in my Instagram stories. In my Instagram, I share case studies of how I help my clients overcome, transform, and elevate their lives and live the life they love, because that's why we're here. Worthy. Come on, y'all. Worthy. Worthy. That's who we are, darlings. We are worthy of living the life we love and celebrating ourselves. That's why this episode is for you as a Christmas present from your girl, Wan. From my heart to yours. How to get unstuck from the past. My client. She was a popular and extrovert, well-known. She was traveling a lot, had many friends in different states, state where she lived, different states, internationally, my love. She was that popular because people would come to her, ask her for advice. She had a whole collection of over decades and decades of friends. She was well-loved and well-liked, but life happens, yes? So she always was invited to all the parties, my love. You know, she was so popular, all the parties. She's invited, she's everybody godmother. You know those kind of people, right? She's a godmother for your child, my child, 3,000 other people's children, because she's that loving, kind person. My love, so what happens? The transition of her life. Many of us, sometimes we have to, I talked about myself and my personal journey, some of my clients, we sometimes have to get to a breaking point. Sometimes there's a crisis, a trauma, an event that puts us on our knees, that knock us off our regular life. And that transition, that event usually causes us to say, you know what? Hands up, I'm done. I've had enough of living this way. I need to do something different. I need to change. And that's where she was at, my loves. She was now retired. Her kids were all away in overseas and university. Her life is changing. So she's at home now, not working full time. Just, she's retired. a retired somebody. She deserves this time to rest because she was working so much. All right, my loves, and now she's at home. Her phone stops ringing as much as it used to because she's not working and she's not busy. So, hey, she's retired. People leave her alone. She's not get invited to parties, second transition. She's not feeling as useful as she used to be because her day has changed. Where she used to get up at 6 o'clock, go for her walk, then bam, out the door and go to work for 10, 12 hours or hit the airport because she's traveling all over the place. She didn't have that busy go, 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 go anymore. Her life had changed from chaotic, from energetic, from excitement too silence, too quiet, too quiet. And what had happened, my love? She was left with herself. Yes, the high. You know what that means? The excitement, the energy that came from zipping here and zipping there and seeing your friend and, oh, I'm sweating. Because it's hot, darlings. Where you are. Is your state hot where you are? Excuse them sweat buckets. What can I tell you? It's only these lights. My loves, anyway. So she had to deal with this new her. Her world had gotten quiet. There was no people and noise and activity to distract her from who she really was discovering that she was. Here's the thing, my love. All her life, my client was, and you and I have done it. Let's tell the truth. There's nothing wrong with us being human, my loves. You and I have done it. We bring our representative to the world. Do you know what that means? It means that we bring to the world an image of who we want the world to think we are. I used to be like that. Absolutely. I'm not going to walk around the world telling everybody my story, my history. Hell to the no. We protect ourselves and our true identity by presenting parts of ourselves to the world. Because one, we want to be liked, we want to be appreciated, and tell the truth. Tell the truth. Social norms in many societies. Who's going to embrace somebody that says, yes, I have all this trauma and this happened to me and that happened to me? So we protect ourselves because this society, let's tell the truth. If you're living in the Western society, a lot of people look down upon you because you have survived certain things or you have endured certain things. And many of us don't want that energy. Many of us prefer to dumb down, to not address that past and show up as a version of ourselves that most people would like. Most people would invite to the parties, honey. We want people to think of us a certain way. That's what she was doing all her life. My love, when her world got quiet, at 50-something, 56, her world got quiet. Nobody was calling her. She was left alone with her thoughts and her feelings. She realized that she was seeking and enjoying the company of others, craving the company of others, and being with other people helped her not to deal with herself. Let's say it again. She recognized that she used the busy life, the busy activity of her work, and the busy engagements, always 3 times a week at a minimum, 3 times a week at a minimum, Sunday, probably Thursday or Wednesday, and Friday and Saturday, something like this. She told me she was always going to some kind of pool party, going to somebody's event, speaking at some club. She was busy. So all that faded away and she had to deal with herself. And what was left, my love? She was realizing that in the quiet of her new world, there were no distractions to distract her from what she was dealing with most of her life, over 30 years. So she had to do what? Realize she needed to make a change because now nobody was bothering her. She felt useless. She didn't feel needed. She felt invisible because nobody needed her as much as they did. Her friends she thought were her friends who were inviting her out to all the parties were really her work friends. You know, you have those work friends, my love. They have events and you can go and you talk to them. You met them through work. And she was traveling, as I told you, and her kids were away. She met them through work. So that's how they found each other. And so that's what the real connection was with her and them. It wasn't really like she was their friend. So that was shocking, my love. Has that happened to you? Tell us down below. Have you had work friends that all of a sudden became your acquaintances and all of a sudden they forget about you? Happened to me. Let's tell the truth. Tell us down below in the comments here on YouTube or Spotify or Apple, wherever you're listening to this, and we're so glad you're here. You know I'm Wen, your healing coach, your intuitive healing coach, certified life coach, and mentor, here to serve women. We can elevate ourselves, my love, and become the love of our lives, but it starts with us on the inside, baby, on the inside. And that's what my client learned. She learned that happiness for her had to be created by her on the inside of herself. Nobody, nothing, no title, no experience of traveling could make her feel happy and whole and filled up. That's what she learned from her silence, from her having to be in retirement. Here's a process I worked her through. It took her 6 months. This woman was in her 50s. She had been the way she had been all her life, in denial about her true identity, her true feelings. According to her, she was a business manager, she was well loved, and she was all these things that she appeared to the world. She did not look at herself without, stripped away, those titles, those reminders that people gave her of who she was. Because let's tell the truth, my loves. You know what I'm talking about. Many of us surround ourselves with certain people or experiences or our jobs, or our kids or our pets, to remind us of who we are, because without them, it's hard for us to identify who we really are. It's hard to figure out who you are without all the noise, without all the disco ball, baby. Go life. If you know what I'm talking about, hit it below. Drop in the comments, I know what you mean. Drop it in the comments, I know what you mean. This is life. There ain't no shame. There ain't no need to feel ashamed about our evolution, our transformation. And that's what she found out. Through 6 months of proper weekly private one-on-one coaching with me in our sessions, she learned that how she really felt and what she was running away from was the fact that she had grown up in a large family, 5 sisters, eldest of the 5 sisters, and she felt a lot of resentment. She felt a lot of resentment. She carried it around for 50-something years. She felt resentment for her parents for making her parent her 5 siblings. Listen, married people, back in the day, this woman was the eldest of the kids, and the parents were working. They did the best they could. They married, they stayed together, trying to raise all these children. You know what I'm talking about, children. You know it is. We all know it is. And most people don't come from well-to-do families with all these maids and nannies and governesses and those and that. These were regular people, regular, stegular. So they did the best they could, and sometimes she had to babysit. But what did this do? This took her away from being a child. This took her away from having childhood experiences and just playing and having her friends. She was busy fixing a bottle for her little sister or her little brother. This is how it is. So she resented her parents for neglecting her needs and her needing to be parented and given attention from them. So what did she do? She craved the attention of others to make her feel loved and seen. And that's why she enjoyed going to the events, the social events and the speaking events and the traveling and the busy bustle. That's where she got her energy. But when it went away, she had to deal with the truth of who she really was. A child inside who missed out on being a child herself. My love, we did some work together. Now I'm going to step you through how to get unstuck from the past so that you can live in the present, baby. So you can live as a worthy. Worthy. Put it down below, y'all. Put it down below. Worthy. W-O-R-T-H-Y. If you're feeling what I'm saying. W-O-R-T-H-Y, baby. If you're feeling what I'm saying. This is what we did. We did deep. We dug deep. We went through a process that I refer to this as self-reflection. Self-reflection. We went deep, my love, to uncover exactly what I just told you. We reflected on why she was feeling empty. And her emptiness came from feeling neglected, unseen by her parents and forced to be a parent by her parents to her sisters and brothers. We reflected and she uncovered that. That took some time to speak her truth, because it's not easy to tell ourselves the truth, because let's just tell the truth. A lot of us, want to, again, show up as our representative. We are perfect. This is fine. Everything is fine. There are no problems, really. My loves, clean it out. Tell yourself the truth. Free yourself. So that resentment was choking her, that negative energy. And I do a lot of energy work with my clients. Energy work with my clients. We don't realize it. The weight and the density of fear, shame, negative experience, fear, of resentment, of abandonment, of neglect, all those negative vibrational energy. That is so heavy and so dense in our heart, in our soul, in our mind, just yappa tappa 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 yappa yap yap, telling us all the bad things to keep us stuck. We cleared them out through self-questioning. That's the next thing we did. We cleared them all out. We did all that work to shift that negative energy out. And then she realized through deep self-questioning, deep mind body work, where it's vibrational work, movement, meditation. It's a combination of processes we go through. And again, my love, this wasn't a lickety split nothing. This in total took us 6 months. 6 months. Again, my loves, self-love and transformation is your commitment to yourself. Ain't nothing named lickety split, lickety split. Commitment to yourself, loving yourself, is saying, I am investing and I'm committed to the long-term loving that I'm going to give myself. Because just like a child, just like my pet, even higher than that, I deserve this attention. I deserve this daily love up. And that's what she did. That's what she did 6 months to change habits, to change all those thoughts that she had in her mind that said, oh, your parents didn't really love you because they gave you all these children to take care of, and they made you do this and made you miss out that event and your friend's party, and you had to do all this stuff. Your parents never really loved you, and it's their fault. All that blaming of her parents, all that regret, all that resentment, she had to clear that out and see her parents did the best they could in the hard times that they had. They had fight children. So she forgave her parents. And in that, she also forgave herself. She did. Here's why she had to forgive herself. Because she, my client, was carrying all that feeling. Not her parents, not her friends, not her children, not the people who knew her. She carried these feelings inside of her personally. Just like how she felt excitement from being the life of the party, she was carrying around the resentment. All of that was in her. So she had to release them because she was hurting herself by carrying these feelings. You feel what I'm saying, my love? If this makes sense to you, put it in the comment. I feel it. If this makes sense to you, put it in the comment. I feel it. So, my love, we went through these exercises: self-reflection, self-questioning, meditation, mind and body work to shift out all these things that were keeping her stuck. We don't realize it, my love. We, you and me, many trauma survivors, many women, listen, if you're breathing, you've been through some past negative experience that haunts your life. If you are breathing, you don't have to have had childhood trauma like some of my clients. You don't have to have had being physically abused. You could just be breathing and human. Somebody has done something to you that was unkind, that was unjust, and that hurt you. And some of us have not cleared that out. We're living it, the memory every day, and we're telling ourselves, oh, I don't like that girl. Look at her, look at her, look at her. Honey, all that energy is just keeping us down, 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 and we need to elevate. So this is what happened, my loves. Ultimately, this is what I got my clients to this place, and it's hard for us to get to this place. It took me years. That's why I became a life coach, a healing coach, a certified life coach, because I wanted you, my precious sisters, to shorten the space between your hurt and your healing. Let's say it again. I wanted healing for you. I wanted you to experience the life you love in a shorter span than it took me. It took me almost forever to get to this place of joy. Here's what I had my client ultimately do, and I need you to receive this. Let this land in your spirit. My client was able to get unstuck from the negative experience, from the hurt, the shame, the resentment of her parents, the anger, and the bitterness she felt for her parents and even some of her siblings. She got over it by accepting what she had been through as, listen to this, my love, as a lesson. Let's say it again. My client, after 6 months, realized that what she had been through was hurtful, absolutely, but she changed her view, her definition of what she had been through from a bad thing or a hurtful thing to a lesson. Why did she need to do that? Because that helped her to embrace her power of transforming, of creating, of overcoming all that she had been through, and to see, believe, think, hold herself up as a strong, resilient, powerful woman. Let's say it again. When she saw her adversity, all the hardships she'd been in, all the feelings of lowness, of feeling that she needed to get filled up by some friends, of feeling she was empty, of feeling she was lost at 56, 55. When she saw the experiences she had been through and received it as a lesson, she embraced her new power that she nurtured daily with the practices we had and the exercises daily. She co-created a whole new woman that was not relying on external factors. She was no longer relying on the parties, baby, because they weren't even coming. Ain't nobody was ringing her phone. She wasn't that popular anymore. She was left unseen in her mind. She felt unworthy, unloved. But she saw her power to transform her life and created this inner life for herself through her thoughts. She was no longer thinking, listen, ain't nobody love me, ain't nobody calling me, so ain't nobody need me. She was thinking, hey, I'm straight, I'm good. I'm feeling good. I'm so proud of myself for clearing out all that hurt and receiving and seeing my incredible capabilities of changing my life. My loves, my client created happy. Let's say it again. My client created happy, created joy on the inside of herself, so that everything else on the outside was hey, gravy, gravy. Whether or not somebody called her, whether or not somebody invited her to a party, or her kids remembered her for their traveling events or whatever they were doing, she was straight. Straight meaning she felt good because she was content with her life. She filled herself up first. And if she felt like it, she still went for her walks. She didn't press people, meaning, hey, calling them up and asking them to invite her anyway. She just let that fall away and became a whole new woman. From the inside, she became worthy. Worthy. My loves, if you're feeling it in your spirit, sing it. Worthy. My love, listen, after that client experience, I was like, ooh, I am so grateful and honored to be living the life right now that I am, to be sharing and witnessing this transformation of women co-creating the lives that they need. A lot of us don't believe we have the power because you, my loves, maybe have been living this way for so long. So that it's almost like you're unconsciously always and forever feeling miserable, always and forever feeling hurt, feeling lost, because that's what you have always known. But if you dare to be bold, if you dare to say, listen, damn it, I need more. I need more now, not 5 years from now. I need more now for myself. I need to experience love in a different way, life in a different way. If you're ready, my loves, you can find me at rebelforaspell.com. At Instagram, send me a message, my loves. On Facebook, send me a message. Let me know where you are in your journey. I'm here to support you. I'm here to help women overcome and reduce the burnout, stress, low self-worth, old wounds. Shift them out, baby. Because you are the co-creator of your lives. You just have to do what? Believe it, think it, feel it. I'm here for you, my loves. Always and forever. Share this episode with a friend. Tell me in the comments below. Leave a review, baby. Find me on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. And let's have a chat. I'm here for you always and forever. Let's close it out by a little carol. These are a few of my favorite things.
Another video is waiting for you.
Bye.